Hi, this is Tarot Combo where we pull two cards and discuss how the energies are interacting. So thank you for being here, and let's see what's with us today. We're using Sun and Moon Tarot. Okay, we have the Hierophant, challenged by the Ace of Cups. Oh, I just got all the chills. Okay, we'll say what it's on my mind. This one to me feels like, in a nutshell, how our heart always knows the truth. And sometimes we spin a lot of wheels searching for that truth outside of ourselves, in other people, in our mind. So that's, oh God, I got all the chills. What is going on? So, oh, what else do we say about this? Where, oh my God, what is, in your life right now, what are you trying to figure out a little too hard? How are you trying so hard? I can't even get the words out. Where do you feel like you're trying so hard to figure something out, but really, and you might be searching for it in other people, getting opinions, thinking, oh God, where do I find this answer? Who will confirm what I already know in my deepest knowing? And that's the heart. Like, the heart knows, the intuition knows, whatever you want to call that internal knowing. It goes by a lot of names, doesn't it? Gut, heart, intuition, third eye, like whatever you want to call it. Where do you feel like, oh shit, I already know my own answers? Why am I looking everywhere else to tell me what I already know? And part of me wants to say, well, if I already know the answer, then I wouldn't be looking anywhere else. So this is one of those things, like, can we even see what we can't see going on right now within our own lives? And I feel like I'm calling myself out. Like, I feel like I must already know an answer to something, and I keep seeking everywhere. It's like a seeking energy for that wisdom to come and land in me from outside of myself when it's already in us. So if this is it, and it feels like, where might our heart be a little do you feel a little like contracted in your energy, a little bit like, I don't know how else to say it, because that might be a pointer of where to look. Is like, where do you feel like you need an opening and you just don't feel it yet? Because once you feel that opening, everything becomes clear, doesn't it? Then it's like the opening is the answer is the opening. I feel like I'm just saying a bunch of word soup right now, but it makes sense to me in my guts, in my heart. So I'm trying to think of an example. Like, if I were to look at my life, like you're going to look at yours, right? And say, like, where is this happening? I think it's hard to see, because if you saw it already, you would know your answer. You wouldn't be doing this, looking elsewhere. It could also be, if you want to read it. Is that my client already here? I better pause. No, it wasn't my client, and now I have to splice this video together, which by the time you see this, it will have already happened. But I did, there was something I wanted to say though. It was like, what did I want to say? What words are coming? This feels like outside myself, or from deep in myself. It's like bypassing my brains, which is making it hard for me, which is what I've been wanting. I want more bypassing of the brains, which is good. Nothing makes sense today. So, talking heads, stop making sense. If you know, you know. this could also be, if this resonates with you, you could take it this way. Where uh, might you need to seek some clarity, like by stepping away from a deeply emotional situation? This could be this emotional opening, this outpouring of emotion, of feeling, you're in the thick of it. How is that obscuring clarity around something, that, again, you already have all your answers, but where are you being obscured by that, the heart that like feels so much? And it's not so much the heart is the thing emoting. Like emotions are usually based in, like, triggered by thought, right? So where is that, these thoughts that are triggering all this emotion, how is that obscuring the clarity, the wisdom you're seeking? So you could look at it that way. So is there, and that might be an easier pointer into the thing, is like, where have you been deeply emotional right now? I have a lot of those right now with what's going on in my life. But and then what's the answer to that, right? When we feel like so emotional, we're like invested, we're in it. It's like I think some part of us wants to feel deeply. And so sometimes it feels good to just roll around in those feelings, like, you know what I mean? For at least a little bit, because it's like an energy that wants to move. And so as long as we're like willing to feel it, like go into it, then we can move through it and it will release when it's meant to. And so it's like not a bad thing to go into the feelings. I feel like it's only kind of not a useful thing if we try to ignore the feelings and just keep squashing them back down. So this might be, is that also what's happening here? Because this is like also in the challenge area. Like, where might we need to go into the emotions to gain the clarity we seek? We could read this a bunch of different ways. What feels true to you? Is there something really emotionally, like, keeps grabbing you on that roller coaster of emotions, that it's like, wait a minute. Okay, let's go feel into it to get the clarity, not just kind of like try to ignore it or try to, like, how when you feel like you're feeling the emotions when you react to them, but becoming reactionary is kind of like the same as dissociating or ignoring or suppressing in a different way, but it's ultimately, I think, the same end result. So how can we pause and be like, wait a minute, what is happening? Acknowledge that you're feeling all the feelings and then not react. Like, just push pause and say, I'm just going to be here and feel, and know that it's okay to do that. Like, oh, I didn't explode. I didn't implode. I didn't die. you know, I didn't just like disappear. I didn't, like, we can feel all the feels without reacting. And then that's when we gain those moments of clarity. So what feels true to you? That was a lot of different questions, I think, but it's ultimately all the same thing. How does this idea of wisdom, clarity, the answers we seek, like, how is that challenged by the feeling body, the emotion body, the, like, wherever we are clamping down, suppressing, ignoring, disowning, pushing away, whatever, that could be happening. Or we could just be like all in it and reactionary. It's like two ends of an extreme, but there's a middle way, which is like go into the emotion, the feeling, to get the clarity. So it's like, I think for each of us in different scenarios, it would be different. Like, I'm sure there's some, like, I'm thinking about my life. I know the ones that have been really emotional lately because those are the things I can see. Those are the things I'm feeling. They are the tangible. Well, what is absent here? Isn't it always harder to, it's more challenging to find the things that are missing in anything? Like, what is not here that could be here or should be here or would be nice to be here? Like, what is missing? But if I'm feeling, seeing, hearing all the things, those are in my awareness. Like, what is not in my awareness? Those are the hardest things to bring into your awareness. So those are the things that I'm questioning. Like, what is, and you know what? Sometimes maybe that's just not a fruitful way to live, because the things that are meant to come, they'll come when they're meant to come. Like, I truly feel that. Like, the universe, I swear that's the way it works. When you're like, the teacher appears when the student is ready, and the teacher can come in any form, in the form of like something shitty happening to you that day. It could be an actual person. It could be something you read. It just could be something like, oh, I've looked at that thing a million times, never noticed it. Now it's appearing. And so the thing appears when you're ready. So I don't know why I wanted to say, like, what's not in our awareness, is it even something to worry about? How is that related? I don't know, but I feel like it is. This one's all about feeling. Everything's bypassing my brains right now. And there's this part of me that's like wanting to make sense. And then the talking heads come in and say, stop making sense. Just say the words. So, yeah, I think maybe that's probably what I struggle with, is like trying to get the clarity before I've actually gone through the hard stuff. You know, I think that's just been the nature of my my brain problem for years, of like, I want to skip to the end and have gotten the gold. But there's not like a wanting to do that. There's just like something in like the ego maybe is just like, oh, I got it all figured out. You don't have to do anything hard you don't want to do. And that's like, before I even, but I'm like, wait a minute. I can do hard things, and I want to do hard things. I want to feel the feels. And the ego's like, no, you don't have to. Mm-mm. We know what this is about.